Hi, everyone. I'm your host today on my metaphysical channel, and our expert today is Debbie Spector Weisman. She is the dream coach. And so this is really interesting. She's been around a long time and has helped many, many people decipher their dreams and help them with meanings on the subconscious and conscious level. So it's really sort of interesting. But she also has programs where you could connect with her from her website. And her website here is www.thedreamcoach.net. You can get a hold of her and do some dream analysts with her and also some coaching of all different kinds of stuff that you might be interested in. But today we have her live. And so let's get to it. She wrote so many books. One of them here is What the Bleep Do We Know? And that was one of her bestsellers. It was a spiritual documentary on dreaming and heaven. She also has, you might know her from her best-selling author of 20 novels. Whoa, 20 novels. That's a lot. Basically, that was called her most popular book, Sweet Valley High series. Okay, so we've got an expert here. She also, her recent book is called 101 Dream Dates, How to Say I Love You, the most important person in your life, and that is you. So that's a really great book that just came out. And her bestseller, oh, this one's a little bleeper one. It's really good. I actually had a friend that read it, and I'm going to read it next on my book list. It is called It Came Out of My Vagina, Now What? So this was co-written with Betsy Chass, but Debbie Spector Weisman is the author, and she has so many good books here. So if you just go to her website, you could check them all out. But let's just get her on here, okay? She's just too great. Let's get her. Okay. So here's Debbie Spector Weisman, and she's our dream coach. And listen, she just told me a few seconds ago that nightmares are actually good for us. So, Debbie, tell us about how nightmares are good for us.
I know it sounds pretty counterintuitive, but it is true. I like to say that, well, first of all, people who don't realize it, we dream all the time, whether we remember our dreams or not. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 9 dreams a night, depending on our sleep cycle. Most people, if you're not into remembering your dreams, you're not going to remember the dreams and you're not going to even think that you dream. So my contention is that, you know, I believe that dreams are there to help us solve our problems in our life. And since we dream all the time, you may have something going on in your life and you may have a dream about it, but because you're not paying attention to it, it goes away. So your subconscious is pretty smart. Your subconscious knows things that your waking mind doesn't know. So your subconscious is actually telling you, you haven't listened to all these nice dreams I've given you that will give you the answer to what you're looking for. So I'm going to give you a nightmare to scare you. Once you have that, most people remember scary nightmares. They wake up like, oh my God, what is it? So yes, if you remember that nightmare, study it, pay attention to it, look for the meanings in that nightmare, it is going to give you insights and answers to situations in your life that you would never have dreamed.
Can I give you like one that I'm thinking about and see what we get?
Sure, sure.
All right. I guess I don't know if it's like considered a nightmare or not, but basically, sometimes I'll have these really crazy dreams, and I can tell you what I think it might be, but you're the expert. Spiders everywhere. Like I'm walking through and I see all these spider webs, and like spiders scare me, but they don't because I know they're creative. And I'm walking through them and like pulling them apart, and spiders just all over me, and I'm just screaming because there's like a million little spiders on me. So to me, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, I mean, nightmares are scary to a lot of people. It's one of actually the more common dreams that people have is dreams about nightmares. I would ask you because there are traditional meanings for nightmares. I mean for spiders in dreams. But I would ask you, what does a spider mean to you?
A spider means to me, like I always realize when I start writing things, it's because of I have a dream of a spider or something, but I didn't know if it was anything deeper than that. So creativity, I guess.
Well, creativity. See, that is not a typical meaning for
Is it?
But no, but that's also the thing about dreams. Dreams are individual to you. You know,
Okay.
like you could have that dream about spiders and it scares you and it means one thing. I could have a dream about spiders and it means something totally different.
Oh, wow.
Uh, or do you have recurring dreams about spiders?
Yes, I do. I do.
And is there anything that's going on in your life at the time that you have these dreams where you see a pattern in it? Like maybe some decision you're thinking about or
Yeah,
something.
now that you're saying that, yeah, I'm thinking back and I actually do. It was always when I was trying to finish a book or finish like something that I was working on. So it was like, I guess, fear of not finishing it. I don't know.
You know, or the spider represents, being caught in the web
Oh,
of confusion, maybe, or a web of uncertainty.
that could be
Uh,
it.
and you're dealing with realizing that, recognizing that that's what's going on. And since I know that you write great things, I'm sure you resolve these issues.
Yeah. But I think every time, because we're creative, in the intro, I was telling you about Debbie, how she wrote over, like 31 books and attributed to different novels of her own. And it's just amazing of how many things that she's written and put out there. So you definitely have to check that out. But as me as a writer, I have a measly 8 books compared to what she has. But when we get in that creative state, sometimes for me anyway, I know like I don't really get stuck per se because I channel a lot of my writing, but I feel, I do have fears that I'm not going to finish it to make it as good as I really want it to be. And maybe, I guess, maybe that could be that as well. I don't know. But
Um, it very well could be, but
yeah.
but it is interesting that you see that pattern between having those dreams
Yeah.
while you are writing.
So if somebody, Debbie, if somebody was, because the way you interpret it, you interpret dreams and stuff is really cool because, like you said, it's on a personal. If you like if somebody went to your website and it's www.thedreamcoach.net, right? Is that correct?
That's right.
And so if they went and they wanted to find out what their dreams were, and if they would you suggest they write them down and then connect with you, or how does that work?
Yeah, well, what I offer on my website is a complimentary dream discovery session.
Ooh.
That's a 30-minute call with me where I will help you understand your dream or just answer any questions you have about dreams, and then see where that leads. Because very often, especially when people come to me, they have dreams that make no sense whatsoever or make no sense to them. And it usually represents some underlying issue in their life. And so once we get an understanding of what the dream means, I could then help them understand how to deal with that underlying issue, whatever that issue may be. But yeah, they
Oh,
could go, there's a little button on my website they can click on. We could schedule some time and take that from there.
oh, that's nice. Okay, so you heard it, you guys. First 30 minutes is free, so you better take advantage of that. That's really nice that you do that. A lot of people don't do that, and taking the time to help people out a little bit there. And then if they needed coaching on whatever those issues are, then they can continue with you. Is
Right.
that
Then I
okay?
offer coaching on helping to resolve the issues because we all have, these self-limiting beliefs. Even the most perfect person in the world, there's one thing at least um, that's
Absolutely.
keeping them from being what they want to be. And dreams can help us get to the bottom of what that is, which is one of the reasons why I love dream work.
That is cool. I'm gonna do one with you because now that I'm thinking, like I'm sitting here while you're talking and what you're saying, not only the spiders, but a lot of times I have like we all have some self-sabotage stuff we do. But maybe that's in my subconscious too, of with the writing and creativity, because I have started another like 6 books, but I haven't finished them yet. So I finish one at a time, but like I feel like I can't, I don't know, for some reason I have that self-sabotage thing, and maybe it'll come out in my dreams. So I'll be calling you. But cool. But Debbie, you said you also have some tips for us, right? 3 tips for us, or
Right, and I think it's especially important now because one of the phenomenons of the pandemic was that a lot of people who never remembered their dreams all of a sudden remembering them, and most of them are nightmares
Yes,
because
a lot of nightmares.
it's been a very scary time. And so, um, I think the first response of a lot of people who don't really pay attention to their dreams is just like to pretend the nightmare didn't exist and make it go away. But like I said, it can help with whatever's going on in your life. So, my 3 tips for dealing with a nightmare are: first, get real with it, which means that, yes, believe that dreams are real, believe that dreams are important, believe that dreams do have a message for you, because that's really the first step. If you don't believe, it's like, what's the point? It's just,
Right.
brain waves or some weird thing like that. So, that's step one. Just acknowledge it, believe there. Step two is to feel it. One of the most important ways to understand our dreams or our nightmares is to really examine our emotional reaction to it. Did the dream itself really scare us, or was there some other emotion involved in it? You know, uh, was there something that was scary that happened inside the dream, or was it when we woke up that we felt scared? Look at all the emotions that you have about that dream, and that's really going to give you a lot of insights into how to really look at it. And then the third step is to reveal it and heal it. And revealing is really taking the time to really dive deep into the dream. So there are lots of ways to do this. And again, it depends on the dream. Some people have these great big epic dreams that go on and on and on and on. And some are very short. I mean, like, the most important dream I had in my life was one word. So, and it had great meaning for me. So it doesn't matter the length of the dream. But anyway,
Come
when
on,
we
share
dream,
with us. You can't just
right,
leave us hanging like that, Debbie. You got to tell us what the one word was.
I will tell you, but let me just at least finish this
Okay.
for people who want to know how to do it. So, you look at the symbols, because we dream not in English, but we dream in symbols. So look at the symbols and ask yourself, like, just like I asked you with the spiders, what does X, whatever that symbol, what does that mean to me? Those are all going to give you insights. If you make a list of all the symbols in the dream, how you react to it, what's going on in your life that can connect to it. Because usually when you have that dream, it does connect to something that happened either the day before, or maybe it's an ongoing issue, whether it's a problem you're having with somebody else, maybe a problem within yourself that
Yeah.
you're dealing with. So those are the things to look at when you're dealing with the dream. And then, healing it means acknowledge it. Look at it and say, okay, I am going to take action to honor the dream. So look and see, what can you do to take action on the meaning of this dream. Like in your case, it would be, okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish that book. You know, Somebody else may have a scary dream about, um, one of the most common nightmares is about death. So they may have a dream about death, and it doesn't mean that you're dying or that somebody you love dies. Death generally means the end of a cycle.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
So, look at it, acknowledge if it's an end of something, see what is it the end of, how you feel about it, if you're ready to move on to the next part. So those are all the things you could do. When you do that, then the dream is not scary anymore. The dream has given you lots of information that you can use to really heal yourself and, go on with your life. Okay, but you did ask me about my dream, and
yes.
the word, why I remembered it, was the word was codpiece.
God, what?
Codpiece, right? Right. My reaction was, what? And codpiece is one of these words, like, you think you've heard it, you think you might know what it means, but if somebody said, well, what does it mean? I don't know. Yeah. So I looked it up.
uh,
Codpiece, what originated, it was a piece of leather or metal that originated in the Middle Ages that a man wore to cover his genital area.
whoa.
And and it was a very popular fashion item at the time. And then later on in the 80s, a lot of heavy metal rockers would wear cod pieces in their garments. And if you look at pictures of Ozzy Osbourne from
Yeah, or David Lee Roth, right? Yeah.
That big thing in front of him, that was a cod piece. So, why am I having a dream about a cod piece? And I'm going to make this very, very short because I could go on and on about it. I wrote in one of the books that I was in, I wrote the whole story of,
Oh,
this is
cool.
the book, um, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Dreams and Premonitions. If you want to look it up, I have the whole story written down. But the
Sure.
end result was that a cod piece, symbolizes something really hard that is protecting something precious, something sweet.
I love it.
Really, if you think about it that way. So, how did it relate to me? Well, at the time I was having, actually for most of my life, but when I was having this dream, I was very, very shy, very, very quiet. I hid myself from people. So I was hiding behind the codpiece. And I
Oh,
realized that, if I wanted to be more self expressive, if I wanted to change, and I did at the time say, I've had enough of this. I don't want to be this quiet, shy person that nobody pays attention to anymore. I have to break through the codpiece.
I love it.
And interestingly enough, a night or two after I had this dream, when I had come to this realization, I had another dream. Again, one word, one word dream. This time the word was almond.
Almond.
Well, what's an almond? An almond is a nut. It has a shell, but the shell isn't as hard as a codpiece. So I said, you know what? I'm making progress.
Progress.
I'm going through. And really that was the beginning of this transformation in me that
Wow.
uh, led to me becoming a dream life coach. That eventually led me, to write about dreams, and eventually led me to have, my podcast and my TV show. So
That's
it
cool.
all came from that one dream. So
Debbie, what's really interesting, I have a lot of clients, I do readings. People don't know I'm an intuitive and a psychic reader and channeler. And so a lot of people do come in and they're like, can you tell me what this dream means? So sometimes, I channel Archangel Michael, he could help them out. But now I'm going to just send them to you because some of them like are very strange, like codpiece. And it's like, I don't know how to help them in another way after that. So it's only like, what I can give the information at that time. But yeah, now I know I could just let them contact you because that's so interesting how it can just be so simple and reveal so much. And I've heard some crazy dreams from some people and, like really weird ones that are kind of sometimes X-rated. So I don't know if that's okay if they come to you with these or
oh, for sure.
okay. So cod pieces and beyond are welcome.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's wild how we like you said, our subconscious, we pick up stuff all day long and then also stuff of, whatever's going on with us in our lives. So it's super cool how you could interpret them, Deb.
Yeah, well, I truly believe that we know the answers to our problems. We already know them. They're deep in our subconscious and they're hidden over by all the, if I could say, crap that we put on our daily lives, all those self-limiting beliefs and all that negativity and those, tens of thousands of words that go through our mind every day that are mostly negative that we don't
Yeah.
even realize we're doing. At nighttime, all that stuff goes away. And it's just our subconscious that has our true self.
Yeah.
So if we pay attention to that, new worlds can be created.
That's so cool. I love dreaming. I love to go to sleep. My significant other always says to me, it's like, you get so happy when you go to sleep. Like as soon as I get into bed, he said I have this big smile on my face. And it's because I just want to go to sleep because I feel like it is another world, and it's just so peaceful.
Right. Well, the crazy thing is, I mean, look, what we sleep about a third of our life
Yeah.
sleeping. Aren't you curious about what goes on during that?
Right.
No.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, man, that's so cool. So I'm so grateful for you to share this with us. So everybody needs to know that they could contact Debbie. And again, her website, the best way to contact you is the website. Is that correct, Deb?
Right. It's thedreamcoach.net.
Okay. And we'll put it on the bottom so you could read it here on the bottom of the show. So this way you could always contact her. And again, tell us a couple of the books that you have out too. So if people want to look them up.
Okay. Well, on my website is the first book I wrote as a dream life coach, which is 101 dream dates, how to say I love you to the most important person in your life, you, which isn't so much about nighttime dreaming, but more about the things you could do in your waking life to really love yourself, improve your self confidence, get a greater understanding of yourself that you might not have otherwise. I'm a contributing author in a book that's coming out soon called Amazing Women Emerge. And it's just, fabulous information, not just for me. I talk about how to use dreams to boost our self confidence,
Oh, wow.
which is so, so important to so many people. There's a lot of wisdom there. And, go to my website and, you could see some other things I've done.
Okay, great. So we're going to have Debbie back on again because I think she needs to tell us some more about some other things about dreams. Good, bad, ugly, and all in between. So thank you so much, Debbie. We appreciate having you here, and we'll have you back as our expert on dreaming once again. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Debbie. So we have you back here as our dream coach, and we're grateful to have you. And you have some great information about 101. What, Debbie? Come on, give it to me.
Okay, 101 dream dates. How to say I love you to the most important person in your life, you. And that may sound selfish because you say, what do you mean I'm the most important person? But so many people go through life and maybe realizing it or maybe not realizing it, they don't love themselves, sometimes actually hating themselves. And and again, like a lot of people will go through life not even realizing that that's it. But if you don't love yourself, you can't truly love other people, your partner, your children, or your parents, your friends, whoever it is. Um, so, and I will give credit for this. This is a technique I learned when I was studying to be a dream life coach through something you've met, Kelly Sullivan Walden.
Oh, yeah.
In her program, one of the things she had all of us students do once a week, we had to do a dream date. Now, what is a dream date? Simply put, it's something that you do by yourself, for yourself, that makes you feel really good. And it could be something that's, maybe, 15 minutes long. It could be a whole day. It could be something that doesn't cost money. It's something maybe will cost money, whatever it is. It's something that you don't normally do.
Okay.
So what happened was I was in this program. We had to do a dream date once a week. And at first I rebelled. It's like, oh, this is silly. Why do I have to do this? Then when I was actually in Florida visiting my mother, I had an opportunity to go out and eat. And normally, I would have probably just gone to some fast food place or, done something. But I said, you know what? I have to do a dream date. I'm going to go to a restaurant by myself.
Ah,
That's not something I
yeah.
normally did. And it was I because I committed myself to doing it, I had a wonderful time. It was fabulous. It was, I went to a little restaurant on the beach. I had a
Oh, wow.
one of the things when I was in Florida, I loved to get conch fritters.
Oh,
So
comforter.
yeah. So I said, I'm going to get conch fritters. And, so I sat there with, at this little table, I had a conch fritter, I had a Cadillac margarita and was
Ooh.
sitting there watching the people walk by and watching the beach and the water. And it was just lovely. I said, okay, I get it now. So for the rest of my training, which went on for months and months and months after that, every week I did another dream. We also had to do a project at the end of this. And so I decided my project was going to be, I was going to write down all the dream dates. I was going to ask the other people in who I was studying with to give me their dream dates and just put it down. That evolved into this book, 101 Dream
Wow.
Dates. And what it is when you do this, and again, it's not like you do it once and you go away and that's it. If you do this on a very consistent basis, you really do find, gee, I really like being by myself. I really like doing things. And you develop a love for yourself that maybe you didn't have before. Or if you already did love yourself, you love yourself even more. And it just gives you this great, great feeling. As you know, we're all energetic beings, and it raises your energy level.
Yep.
And it just, it increases your self confidence. It just makes you feel good.
You enjoy your own company. It's about enjoying your own company. Yeah.
Exactly. And the key is it has to be something that you don't ordinarily do.
Yeah.
It's like one of the examples I use in the book is, doing yoga. Well, if you do yoga all the time, it doesn't count. But
Right.
maybe you've never done yoga before. So doing it as a dream date opens you up. It's like, yes, this is great. It's wonderful. Or even something really, really silly like playing, jumping rope or doing something you did as a kid, that you hadn't done in years. It counts if you did it many years ago, it counts, but not if you do it all the time.
Like getting out of your box, like out of your normal routine, so you can appreciate a different feeling, right? A different energy feeling or something.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. And the more you do it, the more you make it a habit. Um, it just makes you feel good.
That's cool. So you documented all of that, and wow, that's nice.
Yes, and it's also good, like, if you're somebody who doesn't remember your dreams, it can help get you into not really quite a dream state, but it does, like I say, raise your energy level, and when your energy level is raised, you feel better. You feel more relaxed, you feel more creative, you feel more positive,
Yeah.
and nothing wrong with that.
All is good. We want to be on high vibration. I always tell people, what's your vibe meter today? How you feeling? So yeah, absolutely. Well, I love that. The 101. Oh, that's awesome. So it takes you through like this whole little journey of like kind of like self-empowerment, would you say, Deb? Would it be
Pretty
like,
pretty much, I mean, like, I give you 101 examples.
oh,
Doesn't mean
cool.
that it doesn't mean those are the only ones. Um, and if I have to be honest, I wrote that, several years ago, and I can't really say I'm now up to like 1,000 because, you know, it's hard to, when you get to a point, it's hard to get there. So, um, but just doing something that's a little bit outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think it's the scariest thing in the world to do something a little outside your comfort zone. But when you do it, you feel so much better.
Yeah. It
You
just
do.
changed. You feel empowered because you did something that you thought you couldn't do, and then it builds your power up. So
Right.
yeah, that's good. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great share. And so I think you mentioned something about on your website that people can contact you and they can get a little analysis of their dreams, right?
Yeah. I offer a 30-minute complimentary dream discovery session, which is an opportunity. It's your time with me. You can ask me general questions about dreams. You can ask me, like, how do I remember my dreams? 'Cause that's a popular one. Or if you've got a specific dream that's really bugging you, we can talk about it and I can help you figure it out and go from there. And often dreams will, especially dreams that we remember, that are important to us, reveal issues that we're dealing with in our life. Maybe making us aware that they are issues. If they're so hidden inside us, it's like, oh, yes, that's an issue. I have to deal with it. Or it's something that you are dealing with, and maybe it'll give you a little bit of insight on how to deal with it, how to resolve it. Uh, and I help you do that too. If you get to a point where you are, um, don't know how to deal with it, I can help you find the solutions so that you can live, as I like to say, live your dream life.
Yep. So she's a dream coach. Okay. So again, I'm going to say her website one more time, thedreamcoach.net. And you could go on there and hook up with Debbie. And I have one other question for you because I'm just so curious about this since I got you here. Um, so I've had dreams where they continue like from one night to the other. Like it's almost like it's like stopped on pause, and then the next night I could just continue that dream. Is that like something that a lot of people do, or?
Yeah, I'm curious. When you're having the dreams, are you aware that you're dreaming when you're dreaming it?
Yes, and they feel really real to me, like almost like if I was touching a person, I could like have my senses, like I'm feeling that person as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's a lucid dream. And this is like a whole other
Ooh.
topic to discuss sometime. But, a lucid dream is a dream where you are aware you're dreaming when you're dreaming. And you can actually direct the dream. So it seems like if you're having a dream where it ends one night, you pick it up because you want to continue the story. You want to see where it's leading you. And they are great. Um, when I first started out as a dream life coach, I met somebody who was she was a natural lucid dreamer. It's like all of her dreams were lucid, and she thought everybody dreamed this way. It's like no, no. Um, it's very rare for it to be a natural phenomenon. But the good news is that you can learn how to do it.
Oh,
It
cool.
takes time. It takes a little bit of effort to do it, but you can. I just interviewed a guy on my show who is a lucid dreamer. He creates art and he gets the visions for the art from his dreams, and
Wow.
he goes into his dreams, and it's like he says, okay, tonight I want to go to this place, and he just goes there. Flying, when you can fly in a dream, it's very much um, they're not all flying dreams are lucid dreams, but if you can create the dream, a lot of people like the idea of flying in their dreams. And
Like projection, like kind of like astral projection in a way, sort of
well,
too.
astral projection is one way, but even just plain old flying, like flying over your house, or flying over Antarctica or someplace like that, or flying into some other world out there, another galaxy. I mean, it's all possible in your dreams.
That's cool. Yeah, I always go to this place called Zombelia.
Mm.
Anybody out there been to Zombelia? Let me know. I'll meet you there at 3:33.
You never know. You never know.
Wow, that's so cool. So, so in your coaching and your dream coaching that you have on your website, can people also learn how to do the lucid dreaming with you too? Like, will you teach them that, or?
Well, quite honestly, I'm not an expert in lucid dreaming. I mean, I'm aware of it. I study it. I can give some advice. I mean, I know a little, just enough about lucid dreaming to get into trouble. But I can lead you to areas where you can get more information about it. But it is very much a learnable skill.
Nice. All right. Wow. So this is Debbie Spector Weisman, and we just want to make sure that you guys know where you can contact her on her website, and it's thedreamcoach.net. And she also has her show on Roku and Amazon, excuse me, Amazon Fire as well, right?
Right.
Um, and so this way you could go onto her dream. What's the name of the show?
The Dream Power Show.
Dream Power.
I have a podcast called Dream Power Radio, and then the TV version is the Dream Power Show.
And
So, so,
I
so
personally
if
watched her, and
yeah,
she's
so if you're watching Jolie, after you get done watching Jolie, you could just click your clicker, a couple dials, you'll see my face.
yep.
Show is right there.
Yeah, her shows are really good. I've been watching them, and you learn a lot. So it's really educational and fun at the same time. So check Debbie out, and Dream Power Show, and also go to her website because you can learn so much. Even if you just do a couple sessions with her, it really opens you up. And I've known Debbie for a while now, and she's like the most beautiful soul, and she really cares and really wants to help people in positive ways. So she's part of our team, Positive Go team, and definitely on high vibration. So we're very grateful for you, Debbie, and thank you for being here, and thank you for being on Earth with us all.
Thank you.
Any ending words for anybody?
Uh, Always remember your dreams. They're there to serve you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Debbie.